Okay, in this video we're going to create a render. So in order to do that, we're going to either head into the render environment, so under design, click render there. Now that will change some of your visibility settings in terms of you don't see the lines anymore, you shouldn't see things like joints anymore. If you do, you can always turn them off over here. If you put shadows on, sometimes it puts reflections on, it will take away the edges of lines and that sort of stuff. It puts the camera view into perspective. So a little bit more realistic already. Now this isn't fully rendered at this point, it's just still got the live sort of screen settings on. So first thing you want to do is obviously get the image into a position you're happy with. Sometimes this browser can be a little bit deceptive, and you sort of get a whole bunch of white on your screen. So try to close any additional windows that you have open that you don't really need. So you've got your appearance tab, which is just the same as hitting the A key when you're in Fusion. If you want to change the appearance of any faces or bodies, you should have already painted everything up anyway, so that shouldn't be a factor. The next one, of course, is scene settings, and that's something you will need to set up in terms of choosing what sorts of background there is, whether there's an image in the background, whether there's a flat color in the background, whether there's a ground plane or a background plane, whether there's reflections coming up off of that ground plane. A whole bunch of things comes into account. So when I turn ground plane on, you can see there's a shadow gets cast, and you can change the position of the car in relationship to that background. At the current settings, I've got a solid color, but you could choose environment, and that will change it to whatever I've selected in the environment library, which I'll get to. So at the moment, I've got reflections on, so you can see that the car has been reflected up off of the track surface. If I turn reflections off, that bottom part there disappears. Camera should be on perspective. You can change the focal length and your exposure and that sort of stuff. I wouldn't muck around with this unless you're really not getting results that you want. But you can change, sort of what sort of lens you're using. Go across to the environment settings. This is where you get a whole bunch of preset environments. So a whole bunch of different locations. Some of you have to download, so you can make it so it's set up in a field or on a dry lake bed or something like that, or a plaza. You can download those environments to place your car into. But then there's a whole bunch of just general sort of light settings. So if I go cool light, it's going to change the look of the car and the environment that it's in. And some may work better than others, and it might be a matter of experimenting with some, but most of these just create slightly different reflections off of the vehicle and make it look very slightly different each time. So when I'm happy with one, I'm not sure which one was the nicest. Grid light might look really cool, might give you some cool effects around here. As I said, you want to zoom right in and make sure you're getting just the car. You don't want to have it zoomed out like this, because you end up with a render with a whole bunch of just background in it. So zoom right in, so you get in the car, everything that you want in your render. And hit close on the environment. So now that's my environment set up. You can, of course, apply decals and that sort of stuff from here. But all the way across this one, render, little teapot icon, that will bring up your render settings. Now, rendering is quite an intensive sort of exercise for a computer. If you've got an awesome sort of gaming computer at home with a wicked graphics card, then you can try to do a local renderer, and it will run really nicely. For the most part, we're just going to use a cloud render. So it sends it off to Autodesk, and they render it for you and send it back to you. So you choose whether it's a standard or final quality. It will cost a different amount of credits, basically. So in the educational use, so to do a final quality render, it will cost me 1 credit, and it can take me up to about 20 minutes. So I'm going to hit render, and then it gets sent off, and I'll just hit this one. The little icon will pop up down here. Currently, it's just got a little clock on it, but when it's done and returned, then it should come back into this location. Well, one last thing I didn't talk about was just the size up here. This is how many pixels the image is. You could choose from a range of other presets, or you can enter in your own values. So if you're doing a competition and you want a massive render of your vehicle for your trade display or something like that, that's where you'd crank up these numbers and make them really big to get the best quality image out of this render as possible. So I'm not sure if I can show you until that comes through, but it will take as up to 20 minutes for that to land in the box here. Now, once it's done, you'll be able to click on it, and you'll be able to choose whether you want to save it and download it. But it will just stay in this render dialog setting. All your renders will stay in down here, so you'll be able to access them at any point in the future.